Further, all you need to do is simply head on over to Ocky White Travel online now. Check out their Facebook page. Give them a like, give them a follow. Some incredible holidays are available for you. And I was sent an email in, actually, from a good friend of ours here at Pure West. And I get sent emails every day about various different charity fundraisers, people doing, utterly bonkers challenges, to people that just want to promote an event. And I was just blown away with the level of detail, the planning, and also this wonderful media pack that I was sent. Very professional. So straight away I thought, I've got to get these guys on the show. And it gives me great pleasure to have Neil Hames joining us here on the Daytime Show this morning. Neil, thanks for taking some time out of your day and talking to us about the Walk 2025. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, good morning, Toby, and thank you so much for having me on the show. Morning, everyone that's listening and watching as well. Just a little bit of a background. I made a decision that I wanted to walk from our family village in Llangwm in Pembrokeshire back to my city where I live in Solihull by Birmingham, so we're walking back to Birmingham. The basic story behind it is that we lost my dad, Wally, my dad Wally, the day before the national lockdown of COVID. He did contract COVID, but he today, actually, it was the 6th of March 2020 that he called me to say he doesn't feel so well. Because he passed away on the first night, if you like, of the main lockdown. He was one of these individuals that didn't get a funeral. He got 6 people attending.
It was so incredibly sad, wasn't it? It was so difficult for so many families. An awful time to lose a close family member, but during that specific period, it was horrendous.
You can't describe it. So, although he contracted COVID, and it was ultimately COVID that was the cause of him passing, there was a slight heart problem that manifested as well because he was so poorly. But you can't describe the difficulty of the situation because I lived in one house, my sister lived in another house, my mum lived with my dad. My mum also had COVID at the time, so we were all locked down separately. You couldn't grieve, you couldn't mourn, you couldn't do the things that you wanted to do as a family and friends, and there was so much that collectively he missed out on, the wake, the celebration. He missed it all. So, and then we had to watch Mum go off in a car on her own back to a house to lock down on her own, and all of her family were in Llangwm. So it was really, I get emotional talking about it because it's really, really difficult.
Yeah, and understandable, Neil. And thank you ever so much for, talking about, these raw emotions that you went through at the time. Incredibly difficult for so many people. But what a wonderful way of recognizing your dad's life by doing this phenomenal challenge.
Well, anyone that's listening that is from Llangwm, they know me in Llangwm. I'm there a few times a year. For me, it's home. My family are all there since 1972. I was born in September 71. Since 1972, I remember countless journeys down to Llangwm. Days before the motorway, down the A roads, it would take 7-8 hours sometimes on a Friday to get there in an old Austin Allegro or Vauxhall Viva. But I've done the journey so many times, and everybody knows that once you cross that border into Wales, you pass through some beautiful places, and we stopped off in beautiful places. And I said to you before, Toby, sorry, we had cheese and tomato soggy sandwiches at the side of a road, Mum's tea in a flask, and it's all memories for me. And I've always wanted to walk it. I thought, what if I'm going to take some time off work and I'm going to do that. So I decided I'm going to do this for my dad, and at the same time I'm going to raise some money. And of course, once you tell people what you're doing, your close friends, the ones who mean most, say, I'm going to walk for Wally as well. So then we thought, well, you know what? This isn't just about my dad. This is about many dads. So, my good friend Paul lost his dad. He also lost his mum just after COVID, through heart conditions. My friend Mark, his dad had a heart attack last year. My family all in Wales, in Llangwm, we have a family history of heart issues, heart trouble. So it sort of all started to come together, and we said, let's do it. Let's make it an event. Let's raise as much money as we can, and create an experience that is going to live forever. We're going to do it collectively. We're going to walk together as family and friends. Many people can join us. Come and spend 10 minutes with us, half an hour with us, an hour with us. Walk with us and allow us to raise as much money as we can for charities. And at the end of it, when we get back to Birmingham, we will be having an event for my dad, but not just my dad, for other dads, because we'll finish it on Father's Day on the 15th of June, which is a poignant day for many of us, where not only fathers that have passed, that we want to remember and raise a glass to and celebrate, but also our dads that are alive that have done so much for us. Fathers, grandfathers, stepdads, uncles, father figures in our life that have done something for us. Well, let's celebrate it and let's walk in their name.
And it's such a wonderful idea, this. It's from the 5th to the 15th of June, 11 days, 225 miles walking from Llangwm until Birmingham. I mean, it's going to be, quite a wonderful few days. But when you break it down, I mean, it's 20 odd miles a day, 25 miles a day, give or take. That's kind of like, under a marathon. People run marathons in 4 hours, so it's going to be a lot of walking, but at the same time, it's not out of anyone's means and reach. I think that's what's really achievable about this.
Let's hope so, Toby. I mean, most of us walking are in our 50s, so we're all in our 50s, beg your pardon. So let's hope we actually do a day. But we've been planning this now for since September of last year. There's a lot of walking going in. We walk in a minimum of 3 miles a day. Most days we're doing 6 or 7 miles. Weekends we're up to 15, 16
Brilliant.
miles. It's a slow build up.
Yeah.
But the planning that we've put into it, we've got, we're looking for a support vehicle. We are in talks with Jaguar Land Rover to see if they can help us with a support vehicle. We've got a driver. We've got sports massage people offering to help along the route, and we're looking for any support. It doesn't matter what the support is, but anything that we can do, people that can come in and spend some time with us or just aid in any way, however small, however big, is massive to us. We've set a target. It started with me saying I want to raise £10,000, and of course when other people start joining the walk, you think, well, how much of a challenge is this? How far can we stretch it to? And whereas we don't have an official target, if you like, it would be nice to do a 6-figure result on the back of this, because I think us old boys will need a good reward at the back of finishing 11 days,
Oh, it's absolutely incredible. I know, fair play to you. No easy feat. But thanks to everybody that's donated so far. I mean, you've got just under £1,000 in the coffers on your Just Giving page. And I mean, I've put the web address out there as well on our socials. It's the-walk.info. Who did your website and your media pack and everything, Neil? Because it is absolutely fantastic. They deserve a big salute.
Yeah. It was the collective effort, but the guy that put in the graph to put it together is the actor formerly known as Paul Maynard. So he's a good friend of mine. Paul is now an actor. He lives in Prague. So in his spare time, whilst also holding down another job, he's had a lot of pressure from me and phone calls to say, have you done this yet? Have you done that yet? But he's worked really, really hard. So big shout out to Paul.
Oh, it's brilliant. Yes, Paul. Honestly,
it looks really
like I said,
professional.
it looks brilliant. It really does. It makes it look proper pro. You can see all the details online right now. Please head on over to the website, the-walk.info. Whether you'd like to donate, whether you'd like to join Neil and the Clang on this incredible journey as they walk from Llangwm to Birmingham in June. It's going to be wonderful. Check out all the details right now on the website, the-walk.info. Neil, thank you for joining us here on the show today and telling us about this a really heartfelt story, and it's been a real privilege to share that with everybody, and we can't wait to follow the journey.
I can't wait to do it. Thank you so much, Toby. Diolch, everybody.
Diolch yn fawr. Absolute pleasure having you on there, Neil.